Here lies Edith. You can tell it's her because we put her name on the gravestone. What remains of Edith Finch? I don't know nothing about this game. I just know a little bit based on what I've been told about this game. Okay, I can use the left and right sticks to change my camera angle. Yes, Dreamslop, you are first. Good job. We're visiting Edith with some flowers. Or at least this might be Edith's journal.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay. Interesting.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Is that the house? That's a Hello Neighbor fucking house. What the hell? Well, that's delightful, though.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
That's depressing. No trespassing. This property is protected by video surveillance. Trespassers will be prosecuted. I can't close the gate. Having waterfall on your property is pretty crazy. You can still see the house. This is nice.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Probably the house.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. Let's stay on the path. Let's not go into the woods just yet. Over the meadow and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Oh, hey, a deer. Oh, dear. Get out of here. Thank you. Surprised you got power lines going out here.
Even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
That's fair.
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
What a fucking
house. The house was
house.
exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Truck there that probably won't work anymore. At least doesn't have gas, considering it's been 7 years since anybody's been here. And at the very least, 7 years, I should say.
As a child,
garage.
The house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Yeah, it makes me
Now,
uncomfortable in a
as
way
a
I can't put into
17-year-old,
words.
I knew exactly
It's
what those
fucking
words
weird.
were. I was afraid of the house.
Oh, that's not the words I'd choose. But, you know. I love the wind chimes. Let's not go into the garage. Let's go into the main front door. You got a fucking wheelchair ramp? How is this place more accessible than any fucking, like, restaurant in my city?
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Damn.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
That's crazy. What the fuck are you wearing, by the way? We've got like a corduroy sweater, a jacket that looks like a crop top style jacket. There's a missing persons poster. And then you've got like weird fingerless gloves that are like part of your jacket or your shirt. Well, let's try the side door. A hole. That's imagery if I've ever seen it. The fuck? There's definitely something up with that. Do I need a... That is not what I thought was going to happen.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The
I
power had
imagine.
been turned off the night we left.
Yeah. Anything in the cooler? No. Okay. Oh, it's a family tree. So it starts with Odin back in 1880 to 1937. Then it's... What? I don't... This family tree is weird. What I'm getting is all your family is dead. And the year is no sooner than 2016. Let's look at the options.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
You know, other than how fucking creepy it is on the outside, this is a pretty nice place. It could definitely do with some cleaning,
The
though.
table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Damn, Eddie's wheelchair was left behind? What the fuck? Was Eddie, like, sick? Is that why?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Oh, Edie.
It was like
Not
a bomb
Eddie.
had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Yeah. So, Grandma Eddie, is she still alive? No, she died. 2010. She's way the fuck at the bottom.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Yeah. It's a good description. Is it starting to rain out there? It was sunny when I was out there just a bit ago. This house looks lived in, which is ironic, because it's not.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box
This is
for Barbara,
delightful.
along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
This music box is delightful. That's sad that it stopped. Can I turn it on again? Yay. I don't get how people find music boxes creepy. I find them absolutely delightful.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
What happened in that last night? Edith, what the fuck happened? What the hell's up with this door? Why does it look like it's sealed shut with caulk? Grandma Eddie's chair, I assume?
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie
What?
retaliated and drilled peepholes.
What? Who's Milton? Milton. Oh. Milton is part of the last branch, so presumably your older brother, I'd say. Same with Lewis. Of course, I don't fucking know how the family tree works out because it doesn't. So Odin is the first at the very base. Then it goes to Edie, who's probably Odin's daughter. She's the grandmother. So maybe Walter and Sam are her kids? I don't know. I'm trying to dissect something that doesn't inherently make sense. There are peepholes.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Sven, Hofstad, Finch, and Edie? Oh, Edie is short for Edith. Okay, so your grandmother
As a kid, I
was
just
Edith
assumed
Finch.
every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
That's depressing. That's really depressing. It's a cool ass room though. Space and wood on. Oh, that's cool. Depressing, but cool. Alright, centipede, millipede, scorpion. I know that species of butterfly, but I can't remember. I think, is that a stink bug? Just a very big one? I almost said swallowtail, but it's a dovetail butterfly, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe a moth, in which case I don't know what species of moth it is. And that's a grasshopper.
Whenever people ask me about my family,
My friend Bigfoot,
the first thing they always want
introducing
to
Barbara
know about
Finch.
is Barbara.
Barbara is your great aunt, I'm gonna guess. We'll go up there in a moment.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
This is Barbara's room. The star.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Damn. She never really let go of that, did she?
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Huh. Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Yeah, I could see that. She seems like a typical high school girl sort of thing.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Dog, I would
think
fucking...
my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
I would fucking kill to have, like, sharks and fish painted on my wall as a kid. Are you kidding me? This is so cool.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is a great book. Boring, but it's great. That key goes to... Are you kidding me?
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Whoa, oh, okay.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Is it raining?
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Yeah, I was right. Milton was your brother. Stained glass window. This is cool.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door.
Oh, hey, is this Barbara's room? It is.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew
not
up
Barbara,
looking
Molly.
At Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even
That's
tinier gerbil
delightful.
cage.
I really
Being
regret.
inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Really regret accidentally cutting you off while you were talking. But it's fine. Okay, so it's still sunny out. Starfish. Bugs. Oh, was Molly the bug collector?
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed
That's
without
sad.
dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
It's kinda... That tree was deader back then. Deader. That door might be worth checking out. What about this pumpkin?
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Damn.
Mom,
They locked
can
you
I come
in?
out now?
What the hell's wrong with this family?
It's late. Go to sleep.
Who sends their kid to bed without dinner and then gets angry that they're awake in the middle of the night? You didn't feed them. You crazed bitch. Don't
I
eat the
kept
toothpaste.
eating and eating.
Ew. Hello, Dragon Therian. I feel like I know one of those words.
I I ate a lot of things that
Ew.
night.
Don't eat the mistletoe. Ew. Mistletoe berries taste disgusting. I'm very upset for you. Oh, thank God there's nothing to eat in the toilet.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
That's cool.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And
Molly,
suddenly,
back up from the window. What?
I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
This is... Oh.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I
Why does
jumped
your
and I
cat have a
almost
bell
got
on
her.
its neck? It's like playing Stray. Why do I keep falling through the chair?
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
What?
Rabbits.
Got him. God damn. Just drop him.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I
Jesus.
swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off
Big
to
owl,
find
or
something
a
big.
small bird, or fucking small rabbit. I'm frankly unsure which one. Something bigger?
A mama rabbit. She was
What?
almost too big to carry.
What is happening?
I
Don't
started
fucking eat
choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Okay, so I feel like this has something to do with what
I
killed
was a
Molly.
shark.
Huh?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
How do I go down? Oh, I see.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
I don't know
tore
why
off
I
the
thought it would
paper,
be
and it tasted really
inverted,
good.
finally. Of course, the camera controls are the same as they've always been.
Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Whoa.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Yeah, kiddo, I don't know what the hell you are, but you are a monster, that's for sure.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Hi, Colin.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
I am distinctly uncomfortable with this.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry.
What is happening?
Across the water, I smelled something new.
Little girl, what is wrong?
So
What
I
is wrong with
swam
your
towards
nightmares? I don't know if these are a nightmare or a dream for you.
it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Molly Finch, whatever killed you should not have caused these sorts of nightmares or dreams. I'm still unclear on what this is. Ew. Oh, that's the bathroom I just came
I
out
got
of, where I
closer
ate
and closer.
toothpaste and berries, holly berries, not mistletoe berries. They're holly. We're gonna hide under the bed.
All of my stomach started growling,
Stomachs plural.
and suddenly I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep, but it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
And then you died? What a nightmare, I'm gonna say.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Oh, so we're gonna learn about each of the family members like that, and they're gonna draw. That's cool. I'm okay with that.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
Just heard a cat. I'm a kitty cat. There it is. It's out the window. Or go out onto the fucking...
This will be obvious later, but my mom never
whatever
told
it's
me any
called.
of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
Strange.
Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Oh, that's nice.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year,
That's
just in
nice.
time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
That's sad.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
It's much more fun to say that he was killed by a dragon.
Her room was like a museum.
Let's touch that in a moment. Let's go into this other door first.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh, that's awful. I would hate to have that in my bathroom. Is that like a shag carpet?
The only
Ew.
trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
There's a Secret in the Bathroom by Sven and Edie Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
That's fun. Alright. Don't go in there. Don't fuck. I just...
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Alright, let's go back. I will come in through here in a moment. I'm gonna go get the book on Grandma Edie. Oh, this is Grandpa Odin.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse. His wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
That's sad.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
He brought the house with him?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Poor guy. Could never quite escape it, could he? Oh, wrong fucking button.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Makes sense.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Huh. I should have looked at that sooner.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Nice. Alright, so I need to get those things first. That's what I'm figuring out. Is if I see the book, that's the first thing I need to do in a room. I don't want to miss anything that I could easily get, but I think that's the rule. Alright. Gotta crawl. Milton. Huh? Push open this. Okay, you pushed it way harder than you needed to, but whatever. Oh! Fuck yeah! This room! This is the room I think is the coolest. It's like a miserable reminder of the past for one of them, but a really cool room. You've got forests and nature living, basically. And then the sky and space. That's cool. That's really cool. I would love to have one of these as a light. That'd be awesome. I can't cross the line.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
To command center. Let's back up. That seems like a secret. Like, that seems like the path forward.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
This is so cool. Calvin, you had a
How I Want to
cool
Remember
ass.
My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Oh, we're on a swing. This is the swing that's outside, isn't it? Broke your leg somehow.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
That's crazy. That's cool, though. I mean, he made up his fucking mind. I'm bad at swinging. I didn't go to a park much as a kid. And then the park I did go to got burnt down recently. That was a whole thing. Oh, I'm supposed to use both. I'm an idiot.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Fair enough.
Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Whoa.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
That,
I think he'd already made up his mind.
is he gonna make it?
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
He made it around. Perpetual motion, Ash. Fucking.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Whoa. He launched him. That's crazy. What an interesting character, Calvin.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Calvin was born after Molly died. Barbara was born just 3 years before Molly died. Barbara died a year before Calvin, and Sam and Calvin are twins, and then Sam died 22 years after. Okay. Interesting.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
It's fair.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
That's sad. That's cool. That's fancy. Who the fuck built this place? I know Odin did, but like Odin Finch, what the or not?
The passage.
It wasn't Odin. It was Sven, or Edie's husband, Sven. Yeah.
These were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Hey, a way back out. Oh, Barbara's room. I'm okay with this. I like Barbara.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what she was. Happy birthday, Barbara. That's kind of
I
nasty.
never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Yeah. Barb Street, that's awesome. Dreadful Stories, guest starring Barbara
Of all
Finch.
the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh, Jack here.
I was gonna say, is he gonna read it out?
Ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family.
Yeah, the Finches seem to be unfortunate.
The surprise ending.
That's
of
terrible.
Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
That's so mean,
But in a
dude.
lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her
you mean?
biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency
Uh-oh.
room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
That sucks. But...
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
What the hell?
In the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your
What a
basement door
douche...
locked?
What a
My dad keeps
douchebag.
making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box.
Oh.
Secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Huh.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him.
Did he get murdered? Did they get...
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Okay, I guess we're gonna have to follow Barbara. This is a cool ass scene. Oh my god, is he dead? There's blood down here.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh no.
The gang's
That's
leader is the infamous
terrifying.
Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years
Oh,
ago
this
tonight.
is not Rick's blood. This is fucking Sen's blood after he cut himself. Damn, you got a fucking swinging arm. What's with the Halloween music?
It rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Damn, I broke his fucking nose.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm
That was a
not scared.
dickhead thing to do.
Furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She
What a
threw him out,
douchebag.
but she kept a little something to remember him by.
What's
Barb,
that mean?
have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter?
What happened?
What's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Oh god. What's with the fucking hollow? Can we cut it out with the dun 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 dun? What the fuck? Wish I could sprint or something.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand.
What the fuck is happening in Orcas Island?
Notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh my god.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
I don't think that's the right word to use there. Damn, Barb! Kicked his ass.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Molly's room.
Hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Damn! How you... Oh, is he dead? Holy shit! Oh my god, Barb.
But she sensed the story might not be over yet.
You are a fucking stone cold killer, Barbara. Oh, he's gone. The fuck is this scream ass
Had vanished.
setup?
She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
the hell is this thing? It's a chair. It's a cool looking chair. Peek through the window.
Was dying to speak to young Barbara.
Did I open the door?
She heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Hey, Rando.
The monsters had come to surprise her.
What the hell's happening?
It was a dream come true.
I don't like...
And she saw what kind of monsters they
Oh,
were.
I've
and
seen
she
this
realized
fucking
what was about to
screenshot
happen.
before.
She was going to be famous.
Oh no.
Final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but
What actually happened to Barbara? I'm devastatingly curious.
poor girl, she had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately,
I
so
would
did
read
her
a comic about this
fans.
guy, but like he's a
Of course,
complete
the police
dickhead.
blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard.
I imagine.
That's another story.
I feel really bad for Walter.
Tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her.
What do you mean?
Ear.
That's
Now that's what I call
despicable.
a real eerie tale.
Alright, that's funny. I love you. Make out with me sloppy style pumpkin man. I think he's Pumpkin Jack probably. It just makes sense. That's a cool story. But also I feel really fucking bad for Barbara. What actually happened to her? I'm
Edie
so
told me all Barbara
curious.
wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Alright. So let's go get that key from the music box.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Walter White got traumatized. Yeah. I feel really bad for Barbara. Also, he's Walter Finch. Just to be clear, he's part of the Finch family. His name just happens to be Walter. Actually, you can see Walter. So Sam is our grandfather. So I think I get how this tree works out now. So each level of the tree is like siblings, maybe. And then it starts with Odin, who is Edie's father. Anyways, it goes Odin to Edie, Edie to Sam, Sam to Dawn, who is Gus's brother, even though the tree goes straight from Sam to Gus. Be Sam to Dawn, and then Dawn to Edith. So Dawn is Edith's mother, Sam is Dawn's father, I want to say. And then Edie, the original Edith Finch, is Sam's mother, and Odin is Edie's father. So she was great-grandma Edie, not just Grandma Edie. That's what was getting me confused. I wonder if this is true. It is. That's interesting. As a rule, I don't like to go into creepy-ass basements without a light, but considering there's no power, I can't really help it. It's not too bad. I'd rank this in the bottom 6 scariest basements I've ever been in.
Mom said the basement was off limits.
Then,
Unless
yeah,
I wanted another tetanus shot.
He was building the dragon that killed him. It's crazy how many
I saw Edie
scenes.
sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
It's crazy how many scenes I've seen
I thought
from
maybe she was hiding presents.
this game that I just didn't know where they were from.
It turned
There's
out
a-
she was hiding a lot more than that.
There's a door. Make sure that can falls in such a way that it blocks the door from closing. Okay, Edith.
I remember asking Mom once.
Whoa,
about
there
why
are
Walter had
lights.
Gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
That's sad.
If there's a pattern in all these stories,
It's a bunker, a basement? That's crazy.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Yeah. Toilet and some dishes. It's like electronics and shit. Oh, it's Walter. Hey, you.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
My goodness, man. Living in fear is no way to live at
On
all.
my first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
It's not how you're supposed to use a can opener. You're supposed to hit the sides of it,
But after a few days,
not the
I
top.
settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
That's why the cans
Having
are
a
always so
schedule,
fucking sharp, is
living for
because
today.
you cut the top. You're supposed to set it so that it cuts the side around,
I always expected to
and
be
then you
dead
can just
tomorrow.
pop the whole top off at once, and it's really easy. Why does it
If you
shake
wait
every
long
day at fucking
You get used to it.
noon? This has to be miserable, man.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal.
What's the
Almost
monster you're
friendly.
talking about? Walter, you lived a pathetic, sad, sad life. You make me angry. Like, as a person,
And
you
then
make
one
me
day,
angry.
everything just stopped.
No shaking, really? I was drinking a sip of my Dr. Pepper.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone.
That's cool.
Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or
You got
maybe I just got
liver
tired of
spots
being
all over your
afraid.
arms. Both arms. You're old now, Walter. Fun fact, liver spots, like those dark spots old people have,
It's been a
they're
week
what
now,
happens whenever
the
you get
longest
skin
in
cancer
30
that kills
years.
itself.
I'm done waiting. I
You gonna
have to leave.
Kill
Well, I
yourself?
still can.
You could have left years ago. You've been down here 30 years. You can and should have left years ago. Tomato soup.
I know it's out there somewhere.
What is? The guy who killed your sister?
Whatever killed Barbara
Yeah, I fucking knew it.
and Molly
I think the thing that killed Molly
and
was
Calvin.
a sickness. I don't think Molly died for real.
Maybe this is all a mistake.
Probably.
But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
Thank you. That's philosophy.
Whatever's out there, I want you
You
to
were
know
next to a
I'm ready
train?
for it.
That's why you were having the...
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
No wonder everything shook at exactly
I
mid-noon
don't
every
mind if I
fucking
only have a
day.
year left. Or a month.
Even a
Or a
day or
single
an hour.
I'd be happy with one more day.
Anything besides being stuck in
I
a
can already
fucking
imagine
bunker.
the sun on my face.
And he died for the train. Got it. That's depressing.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
I don't know if she knew he was down here.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
It would make sense if she didn't even know he was down here. I'm not gonna lie. That's just so fucking depressing. That's so sad. I hate that. Okay. Jesse! Jesse, I fucking died to a train! Jesse! Don't just fall. Okay, thank you. I was about to be very
Maybe
upset
she
with
was
you.
afraid
Edith.
I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Yeah. So hang on, looking at the family tree, Walter was your great uncle, not your uncle. At least that should be how the tree reads. I'm not sure.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
So that was his trash pit. That's disgusting. Be careful about a train, even if there's no train that's here going to come. I can't see anything.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two.
Who's the second one? Who's the second one?
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
That's sad. Poor Walter. Is there anything I can interact with? No. 1952 to 2005. Then the fucking cliff gave out, looks like. What's that off in the distance, I wonder? It's nighttime now. It's the middle of the day. There's
I don't know if I
chairs
should
in the
even be
trees.
writing this.
What a weird, weird place.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Maybe. I don't think so.
But I thought you should know about your family.
So what, are you pregnant or something, Edith? Is that
and
it?
The history you're a part of.
We'll go up the stairs in a moment. There's town over there. Wonder what's up there. I assume that's where we're going next. There's the house.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
I'd be shocked if you didn't.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Probably. It's cool that there are lights still somehow. Even though the power has been off for God knows how long. Because nobody's paid an electricity bill ever. So this is all just running on generators with fucking maybe
And when you
gasoline.
look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
Maybe they did. I don't
Any
even
of
know
it
if there
seems
is a
possible.
curse. It's entirely possible and probable that there's not actually a curse. And it's just one of those self-fulfilling prophecies where the more you believe in the curse, the more likely you are to die from said curse, even though there's not actually a curse.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Probably.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
It's wizard time, motherfuckers! Fireball!
It's
There's the
embarrassing
family
for me to
cemetery.
admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
That's fair. That's a lot of
3
pets.
of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
That's really sad. Derpy, Derpy Jr., Burpy, Chirpy, Furpy, Lurpy, and Zerpy. I assume those are all of the gerbils. Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, and Lucy. Only Lucy and Charlie have confirmed, creature varieties. One's a dog, one's a cat. Then the rabbit and the fish don't have names. Apparently, they weren't good enough to have names. Here we go, there's more. Christopher, the fish. Shadow, the cat. Shotzi, probably a dog because it's a dog house. Oliver, a rabbit. Bob, a dog. I think that's a fish. That's the only thing it looks like. A frog with no name. Bailey, another dog, but a much bigger dog this time. Bailey! fish! Yeah, I know what that means. Yeah.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Edie did a fucking fantastic job. Molly Finch, born December 11th, 1937, died December 13th, 1947. She was exactly 10 years old almost. 2 days above, but still. That's sad. Calvin Finch, born April 25th, 1950, died September 23rd, 1961. He was 11. Sven Finch, born June 17th, 1915, died August 26th, 1964. He was 49? Yeah. Edie Finch, born April 8th, 1917, died December 5th, 2010. Wow, Edie was fucking old when she passed on. She was 83? Yeah. No, 93. Damn. Walter Finch, born August 26, 1952, died March 31st, 2005. Is that a little guy? That's fascinating. That's also a wacky ass. Anyways, so Walter died at the ripe old age of fucking 52. And then Barbara Finch, born October 31st, 1944. That's interesting. Died October 31st, 1960. She was exactly 16. That's really sad. Walter Finch died. The fuck, yeah. I can also apparently shrink down and look. Weird.
I'm sure
just
Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Can't imagine it would. Edie and her husband Sven, watching as Odin went down with his home.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Yeah, that's what that was. Interesting. I don't know what the glowing part is, but okay. Ooh, a telescope.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house.
Ah, it's a buoy. Night. A buoy? A buoy? I don't know what the word is. Interesting.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
Yeah.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Oh, here's the other Finches. Gregory Finch, born January 12th, 1976, died December 19th, 1977. That's really sad. 1 year old.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Sam Finch, born April 25th, 1950, died July 16th, 1983. 33 years old. Gus Finch, born June 20th, 1969, died November 8th, 1982. 13. Your family dies young, frequently. That's sad. Milton Finch, born May 19th, 1992. Doesn't have a death date, even though we know he died in 2003, supposedly, or at least went missing. I think 2003 is when everything went to shit, and that's why they left. Because that would explain why Dawn... Anyways, Sanjay Kumar. Who the fuck? Sanjay Kumar. Oh, Sanjay was Dawn's husband, I guess. Born September 6th, 1966, died February 22nd, 2002. So he was, what?
She lost 2 of
56?
her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Yeah. Lewis Finch, born December 27th, 1988, died November 21st, 2010. So he was what? 22? No. Yes. No, 21. He hadn't hit 22nd birthday yet. Edie has
so
rocking taste in decor.
Ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
I don't see why she would want that, but hey, maybe she did. Your mom seems kind of crazy. And I can't blame her. 2 of her brothers died for nothing. Maybe the monster is real. Maybe that's what killed them all. Maybe there is a curse.
But looking back on it now,
I just
if
don't
she
know.
told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh my god, you're here 22 weeks pregnant? No wonder I looked down and I could see your stomach. I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, it's a weird camera angle. Who cares? 22 weeks pregnant? Holy shit, go home. Come back another day. You're writing this journal for your daughter, I guess. Just go home, though. The fuck? There's a ladder right here. Okay.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out about Grandpa Sam in a bit. And then we'll find out about your mom after that.
They were both pretty intense.
Huh. He was part of the Marines. Interesting. Whoa. He had a picture. Who's that?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Definitely should not have drank all that coffee. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here... Dad!
Guys, Dawn.
That's cool.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
The fuck am I supposed to be taking a picture of exactly?
I'm over here, Dad.
The hell is over here? My left.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
That's...
Great shot, Dawn!
Oh my god, you took a picture of the deer getting shot, you fucking...
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
That's...
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh. Oh. Oh my
Of all
god.
these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Yeah. Hang on, we got a fucking scam. Fucking... What time is it? 1:04. About 15 seconds in. Block this user, ban them. Alright, we're done. I have to do all my mod actions. Alright. would have liked to learn. I would have liked to know about that. That's sad.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Taxidermied cat. That's kind of weird, but whatever. Okay. Alright, there's something to interact with on that side, so let's go over there. The goose is cool. My goose is cooked. Oh my god. This kind of, like, being in the attic and ventilation and all this dust cannot be good for you or your unborn
After
child,
Sam died,
Edith.
my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
I imagine. Your mom watched her dad die in front of her. Oh no, not the child's room. Gregory and Dawn. What's it say about him? Divorce contract from Kay and Sam Finch?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Are the ducks following it? Whoa. Yeah, get him! That's so cool.
Hold on, sweetie.
It's okay. I'm chilling.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
This is so cool.
What his world was like.
Hell yeah.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw.
Oh, I gotta get those things.
It sure made him happy.
Oh, yeah.
I know how silly it sounds.
Oh, yeah.
But I worried about a baby being too happy.
Yeah. That is a crazy thing to go.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
That little boy.
Called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory.
Whoa.
About everything.
Pop off, King. This is a delightful game.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
How could it be?
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
They got a divorce because their son died in the bathtub, I guess? I don't know. It's really sad. It's really... Wow. Yeah, Sam and Kay got a divorce. Gregory. What about the other children? Dawn and Gus. Dawn is our mother.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus. Who said the wedding was a bad idea.
Poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Okay.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. Make his bride.
I wonder what happens to him. No. I can stuck in the trees now. I don't actually... Am I supposed to... Oh. Here they are.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
What a brat.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Wow.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh no. Oh no, that's how he died? No?
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day.
That's...
Out there on the beach alone. Just you, the wind, the sea, and foam.
Yeah,
but I
that's
didn't,
sad.
until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
That's... That's sad. God.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
That's fair.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Or are we gonna get her story?
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Sanjay. Dan and Sanjay. She just looks like any normal woman. I kind of don't know why, but I thought she'd look more unique. Same with Sanjay. He just looks like any regular guy.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Yeah, I imagine. Religion's good for people who
My
are
mom moved to
grieving.
India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
When was Lewis born? 1988. Huh. So your mom graduated in 1987.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Milton.
And to see kids in the house again.
Lewis. Thyme, mint, sage, and basil. Milton didn't grow anything. He just stacked his pots up high. Edith used trellises, and Dawn used little small planters.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Seems like that's all this house does, is get bigger.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Yeah. Books organized by the title. Odin Finch. This is like a classroom for them. Our family history, fact or fiction. Huh. Scientific method. Observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, conclusion. Neat. Whoa, the wind's getting crazy.
Was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
That's...
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
We don't know when he died. If he died. He might still be alive. That's what I used to say. Now I get what she meant by there might be two. Because she's for sure still going. Her child will be fine, hopefully. But Milton might still be alive. There's footsteps in the paint. That's cool. Who knows how Milton's
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
That's so cool. Wow. Milton seems nice.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
That's a shame. And Milton's disappearance was when everything, like, changed. So you guys left in 2003, yeah. Okay.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
That's...
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
I wonder if Milton did find anything in the house. These 2 vases are still here. Is the word vase? Yeah, that's the word. Learning is a hoot. No, that says reading. I'm fucking stupid.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Was Lewis your other brother? Yeah.
After he graduated, he
Weird that triangle and
just
options
spent
both do the
more
same
and more
thing.
time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Yeah.
Everyone always told me to stay out of
That's
Lewis's
so
room.
cool, too.
Except Lewis.
Legalize marijuana. That's less cool, but, like, I love the fucking psychedelic poster. And, like, the purple lights. And it's set inside a boat? That's so cool. Lewis, you're so fucking cool. I want you to know that, like, retroactively, you're so cool. I don't care about the marijuana thing, by the way. I don't think it's cool to like marijuana, and I don't think it's lame to like marijuana. I don't give a shit. Technically, marijuana is illegal where I live, but if you smoke, you smoke. I don't care.
Very familiar. That part of him lived on.
That's a cool-ass poster.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Clearly, you can't
Lewis
be
and I
just a
spent a lot of
Finch,
time
anyhow.
playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
You got a high school diploma, an exercise ball, Greater Seattle Institute of Psychology.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh. That's cool.
I asked him to
I can do
describe
2
it.
tasks at once. Always take
He
a
said
left.
He started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
Okay, keep
Then
taking
something
left
moved.
turns.
Bats and toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Whoa.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
Yeah, I would
spoke
too.
with his
He'd
boss.
be likely to cut himself.
But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
You shouldn't have. You should have actually brought these up to him, considering.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
I'm fucking...
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
So he made himself king?
He held an election for mayor.
And he won?
And he won.
That's surprising.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Interesting.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
Ha. Is he gonna name all of the
He
cities after
started
himself?
drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oh no.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
This is depressing.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
We'll say handsome queen. I don't know, that just
Handsome
seems funny to
queen.
me. Handsome isn't typically the word you use to describe a woman.
The Queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents. Radiant rainbows. I thought it was going to be like
Sinister
what he
serpents.
finds, but no. This is what the queen's looking for. Whoa, it's so scary. How sinister.
He followed the sound of her
Electric guitar, are you kidding? Sorry, sitar. That's even
Electric
cooler.
sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
East of the sun and west of the moon is a crazy description. of a
Even then,
place.
his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
What, like a god?
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
I want to hear that electric sitar music. Are you kidding me?
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me.
That's not.
It was hard to argue with him.
This is the reality of the situation, I think. This is the cannery, yeah. This is... It's like a...
He began to forget the world we know.
Ew. The fuck?
I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker.
Louis. Louis.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Louis. You're not even doing anything. Look at me.
I still thought I could save him.
I don't think you could. I don't think anyone
Even after
could.
he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Weird how they're all beautiful faces.
wise calico who insisted on advising me.
Who's the wise calico?
Queen waited, holding his crown.
Oh no. Oh no, no.
There was only one thing left to do.
Don't make me do it. Don't.
Bend down his head.
That's
The rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Did any of us know him, though? Dr. Emily Nuth. So that's what happened to your brother? Brothers, both of them?
My brother
No,
was
actually,
really
we don't
cool.
know what happened to Milton.
I wish you could have met him.
But we know enough of what happened to Milton. We'll never know for sure, but he went missing. That's all we need to know, really.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
That's kind of
I'm
cruel.
not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Certainly did one of
Wish
those
we'd
things.
stayed.
So many missing posters.
But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Yeah.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
I guess they
Maybe it should
thought.
have come sooner.
Oh, is this your room? Up at the very top? The stars and the
But it
paper
had to
cranes.
end
That's delightful.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Did we get everyone? We did. Except for Edie herself. It's a nice fucking pen. It's cool how it's got like a quill.
That whole last day, I just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until
That's
supper, when
sad.
she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
This is... I don't really want to leave, but I don't have much choice.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Probably not. That is a really simple entrance.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I
don't-
think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Oh.
Dear Edith.
Thank you, Edie.
There's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
A tsunami?
That night, the tide went way
I read
up.
way the fuck ahead.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Yeah.
There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, tsunami's going to happen.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No,
I can't imagine.
I've seen that house every day of my life.
But you never been inside?
But I never thought I'd go back to it.
Oh, well, that's actually smarter than what I've had to say.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Just keep going straight. Oh, I can't see anything.
I got turned around.
But... keep something directly to my left. Alright.
For a while, I wandered.
This was not safe, Edie.
I started seeing things.
Oh, hey, it's a deer. Like the one that killed Sam. Wasn't Sam your son, Edie? Yeah.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
What? Let's walk towards the words whenever they show up.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Oh, we made it.
Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't
Whoa,
explain,
that house is way
but I
better
need
put together
to
than it was a
try.
second ago.
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
I kicked
Oh my
and
God.
screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
What the fuck?
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
That's how it usually goes, yeah.
And then I was alone.
Are we sinking?
Last Finch left alive.
Unless Milton's alive, but we have no fucking idea what happened to Milton.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as
You'd
it
need
is,
forever to
I
understand
think the
anything.
best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Is that an eye?
This journal was supposed to be for you.
I think it ended up being more for
But
me.
now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
That's... The Finches are a very unfortunate family, aren't they?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, But I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Born February 14th, 1999, died January 18th, 2017. Her son. Her son is all that remains of Edith Finch. I would have loved to see the, what's it called? The library. That's a crazy picture to choose. I wonder who Chris Bell is, because that's a little kid. That's a baby. That's an interesting way to do it, though. Thanks, Johann. The hell? That's an achievement. See his name in the see Johann's name in the ending credits. Huh. Weird. I didn't think I'd get. That was the second achievement I got for this game. The first one being for finishing the game. That's all I got. There's supposed to be 9 achievements, so. Oh well. That was nice. I enjoyed that. Sad though. I wonder who I'd pick as my favorite Finch. Either Great Grandma Edie, or maybe Gregory. Gameplay-wise, my favorite one was Gregory. Yeah, it was fun. Although Barbara's was very cool. It was unique. What a weird way to show off who made a game by just taking baby photos. This is an unsurprisingly long credit sequence. It makes sense that I didn't get a picture for all the playtesters, but it would have been fun to see that. Scarred for Life 2 and Trick or Treaters Smell My Feet. Weird. Ah, there's all the Edith Finch team members. Edith, Eddie, Lewis, Dawn. 2012 to 2017. This game took 5 years to make. That's not that surprising, actually. Makes sense. The end. The replay a story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Oh, I see. Their story is one and the same, so you can't pick one without picking both. Interesting. Well, that was What Remains of Edith Finch. That was nice. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.